Hello and welcome to this edition of Morning Market Call. I'm your host, Mason Chen, and today we have with us Matt Bunker, who's the BYU MBA Alumni Network Manager. Well, thanks for coming, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the BYU MBA Network, kind of who that entails, and where the network is. And
Yeah, so the BYU MBA Network is a network of all BYU MBAs who have graduated from the school and who are currently students.
Okay.
And it's a worldwide network of everybody that has been associated with the MBA program.
Okay. So as alumni network manager, what is your job?
My job is to create a very strong and robust network so that it's easy to access for you as students, and it's easy to access for our alumni as well.
Yeah.
So that they can connect with people in different areas of the world, different jobs,
makes sense.
different industries, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So obviously it's a worldwide network, and so I mean, how do you plan on kind of taking care of that, and how are you planning on connecting MBAs of various generations?
Right. The first and easiest way is to do it through social media. And so we have several avenues that we've already started and they're launched. Facebook.com/BYU MBA Network is our fan page.
Okay.
And in the last month, which is pretty much the first month it's been up, we've added 122 fans.
Okay.
We plan to get that well above 5,000.
Are there that many MBA alumni in the world?
There are over 6,000 MBA alumni from BYU.
That's a lot.
And not all of them are living, but we want to get as many as we can that are still around.
Yeah, definitely. And so what else is out there?
We also have a LinkedIn group page called the BYU MBA Network group page. You can kind of see a theme here.
Okay.
In the group page, you're going to be able to associate with everybody who is a BYU MBA.
Yeah.
That group page is going to be kept very, very exclusive, just for BYU MBA graduates.
Okay, so you'll be monitoring
students.
That, and okay.
We'll be verifying those who want to get in to make sure that they either have a degree or are getting a degree from BYU. So you'll feel very secure once you're in there that you can have open conversations with each other and not worry about anybody else eavesdropping.
Kind of a safe environment. Yeah, and
that's right.
You were telling me a little bit earlier about the page. You have some subgroups. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the subgroups.
Yeah, the subgroups are fantastic. We have a subgroup for each emphasis. So we have OBHR, we have marketing, we have finance or finance, depending on whether you have the Stice brothers or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have just every emphasis. Plus, there's one specific subgroup that's really special, and that's called Career Connections.
Okay. And so what's that all about?
Right. Career Connections is a place where our alumni can go and they can mix and mingle with one another. They can say, "Hey, I'm looking for a job," or I'm hiring. But the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to allow recruiters into that space. Okay,
so sort of a public space where they can kind of get access to BYU MBAs and MBA alumni.
That's right.
Okay.
So if you're, for example, if you graduated in 1997 and you spent 14 years in your career and it's time for a change, the recruiters will say, "Hey, there's a guy who has 14 years of executive experience. We need a new vice president in our company."
Yeah.
So it's a really attractive thing for the recruiters. It's a really attractive thing for our alumni, and it adds value to their lives.
Well, that's great. I think that sounds like a really great thing. Now, there's a couple of other things you're doing. Maybe you can just kind of real quickly summarize what those other things are.
Of course, we have our Twitter feed. So it's the @ at BYU MBA Network. So just follow us there. And then the YouTube. What we're going to do on YouTube is start collecting MBA alumni stories. We're going to video tape these guys' stories and then put them up once a month to kind of add to their personal brand. Okay. That they can then add to their LinkedIn pages and their Facebook pages, and then to their resumes. They can link to them from their resumes and say, "Look what BYU is doing," and they highlighted me because I've done this and that and the other in my career. Oh, that's excellent. Sounds like you've got a lot of things that you're doing to try to kind of connect the network and make the network even stronger than it kind of already is. Yeah, it's fantastic. And one of the things that I wanted to mention is the mentoring possibilities. Yeah. So if there are current students who would like to talk with an alumnus, to come and talk to me, and I'll try to coordinate a meeting between someone who is in the field that the student wants to be in, and then that alumni. The alumni are very willing to give back.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself, that the alumni are definitely willing to give back, and we're definitely grateful that you're there to kind of connect and strengthen the network. I definitely plan on utilizing the connections in the network kind of throughout my career. So for those of our viewers who are interested, you can find the Alumni Network on Facebook or LinkedIn at BYU MBA Network. Also, I'm assuming that's your Twitter feed as well?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, that does it for this episode. Feel free to reach out through those avenues to Matt for additional information. And that does it for this edition of Morning Market Call. You can find us on the web at www.morningmarketcall.org and also on Facebook and Twitter.
MMC is brought to you by the Marriott School of Management in association with the Brigham Young University Department of Communications. MMC is made possible by a generous donation from Larry Tasjan and Gary Williams and is produced by Brett Weller, Todd Castagna, Mason Chin, Joel Toby, and Sabrina Beck, with line producing by Beth and Brian Grimmick. For more information, find us on Twitter or at morningmarketcall.org.